You're watching Lion Wire News. News for students, by students.
Good afternoon and welcome to a brand new season of Lion Wire News. I'm Drew Hawley.
And I'm Sam Brenneman. Penn State Altoona was proud to have noted filmmaker Spike Lee visit and talk to the campus, and he caused quite the stir.
Spike Lee recently visited the campus to discuss his long career and African American culture. This discussion inspired Penn State Altoona student Alice Jimphy.
He got to be a filmmaker, how he got to be a producer, director, how he got to be an activist, and the process that it took, the people that were instrumental in making him who he is today.
Spike invited debate from the audience and Jimphy took him up on his offer.
Extent to which he challenged our opinions, what we know and what we think we know about the past and the present that we live in versus the present that he lives in. And I think just the dichotomy between the two is what sparked such controversy.
This is Drew Hawley for Lion Wire News.
Spike Lee is not the only name coming to the campus. Tim Tebow and Philip Phillips are coming later this semester.
In celebration of Black History Month, the campus took a week's worth of events to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Penn State Altoona recently celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday by holding an entire week's worth of events in dedication of the late humanitarian. The week's events included a luncheon, an essay contest, and a play. Yolanda Avent, the Director of Institutional Equity and Diversity, believes that the events will inspire the Penn State community.
And that's what this week is all about, how you can not only reflect on the legacy of this man, but how that can influence you to make your own legacy and what kind of mark you want to make in this community and in the world.
This message has been felt and heard around the world since Dr. King's passing more than 40 years ago.
This will be where we are today. I think he made such a huge impact when you talk about the civil rights movement and the barriers that broke down. I mean, you're talking about a movement of people of all different colors coming together to break down what was status quo, what was law.
And this impact has touched many people around the world, including Felicia Robinson, who came in first place in the week's MLK essay contest.
Inspires me to just keep going, and the whole knowing that injustice is going on, you either sit idly by and just sort of block it out and just, well, that's them, that's not me. But just knowing that that's going on, I just don't understand how anyone doesn't feel the need to, or the compelled to help.
And this feeling is shared by essay contest runner-up Alice Jimphy.
On me, but I think for the greater humanity, that's what he does. He charges us to believe that biologically we're all similar, so our social construction should reflect our biology.
And Avent believes that Dr. King has inspired everyone, not just African Americans.
A lot of us wouldn't be where we were today, black, white, green, blue. I mean, you know, I'd be facetious with green and blue, but obviously I don't think a lot of us would be where we are today.
This is Drew Hawley reporting for Live Wire News. This is the fourth year in a row that Penn State has celebrated Dr. King's birthday, and Avent knows that the university will continue to run this week's event many years into the future.
In honor of Valentine's Day, we talked to a few couples about their relationships.
When I was driving down the side of the road, I obviously thought she was attractive, so I had to pick her up.
His friend, in a sense, and his friend decided to give him my number, and he just called me.
Things like that, and I put it into a box, and then that night I made filet mignon and a couple other little things.
It was so thoughtful, so thoughtful.
Too much. Everything's always a surprise. If we're going to do something romantic, it's going to be a surprise.
That we would, end up being together and getting married, and even our families always talk about us getting married, and that was kind of just normal talk.
Money and all that stuff, that's down the road, but as far as religious purposes and everything, we're already married.
The fourth annual Blue and White Ball was held at the casino in Lakemont Park, along with the silent auction. Proceeds from both events benefited Thon. Around 200 attended the ball, and after dinner, students danced the night away.
After the break, we look at what has been happening on campus.
At foot of 10 elementary school, 82% of 4th graders feel that bullying is a problem.
9 out of 10 5th graders have seen a friend or classmate being bullied.
And 1 in 2 6th graders say they have been bullied.
Put a stop to bullying at foot of 10.
Fill out a bully form, put it in a bully box in the cafeteria, office, or library.
And we'll offer advice during the announcements and on our bully blog.
All without using your name.
This semester, Penn State Altoona's drama department will produce the musical Spring Awakening.
It deals with many of the issues of teens today.
Spring Awakening deals with sexual awakenings and discoveries in teenagers in 19th century Germany.
Spring Awakening was chosen not just for its score, but also to address some common social issues today.
And Spring Awakening is such a controversial play because it has to deal with these kids dealing with their sexual awakenings in a society where it's not proper.
The play's producers expect it to greatly change how people look at certain social issues.
When you're attacked with it and forced in your face with, kids masturbating and abortions and sex and first love and kisses and homosexuality, I'm hoping that the audience will see that these things are bad, they're normal human nature things, and it's not something that we should be ashamed of.
This is Caitlin Piper for Lion Wire News.
The production will be presented April 4th through April 7th. Visit Penn State Altoona's website for further details.
Hard Freight was recently held in the Michon Family Theater. Lion Wire News correspondent Kevin Reed was at the event.
Recently, Hard Freight held an annual open mic night in Michon Family Center for Performing Arts, where students and faculty performed works of music and poetry in front of a small crowd. As a professor in English, Dr. Lee Peterson used to perform at events just like this and believed they have helped her in her career.
I remember being a college student and doing my art and doing my writing and music, and it's such a ripe, significant time in terms of your consciousness kind of coming up and finding ways that are productive and healthy to express yourself.
One student who takes Peterson's words to heart is Alexandra Patton, who performed a song at the event.
I think it's really important to have events like this because you get to hear your friends play their songs and just get exposed to playing for other people. And I personally like playing for people even if I mess up.
The event had full support from Chancellor Dr. Lori Bechtel-Wary, who believes that these events help students with their confidence performing in front of a crowd.
Incredibly important. I mean, it's a way for folks to get to know each other. It's a way for them to experience their art and their creativity in a public venue. When I come to events like this, I just feel like, wow, I have the best job in the world.
This has been Kevin Reed for Lion Wire News.
In the continued celebration of Black History Month, a world-renowned African drum ensemble made its way to Penn State Altoona.
The Abishi Drum Ensemble, led by Dr. Anthony Mitchell and Beatrice Mitchell, along with master drummers Umusho and Mito Kamara, entertained the crowd with their electric performance, hoping that the music will preserve the awareness of the rich musical traditions of West Africa. The Mitchells live by the motto, Edutain, where they educate and entertain by inviting members of the audience to participate in the show. Students and teachers from all walks of life participated, including School Chancellor Lori Bechtel-Wary, who went on stage and danced while the rest of the audience was given instruments to play along with the group. The Mitchells hope that the concert will help the people learn about other cultures and will continue to travel the world to edutain.
While the Mitchells spread the African culture the musical way, another group on campus has heard that message loud and clear and has done something to help.
Students gathered inside the Fireside Lounge for this month's International Tea Hour that celebrated Black History Month. This month's hour was hosted by Enactus, which spoke about their message to help out Beza kids. Enactus is a business group who creates ways to change the world. Erica Mitchell, the Enactus advisor for the Beza Kids project, spoke with students and faculty about their efforts in Rwanda, Africa, and why they chose to help kids in Beza.
This genocide stuff it's really interesting to see the drive even after that for entrepreneurial success.
Enactus went on multiple relief efforts which started this past summer when they began to build greenhouses for the Stars School.
We've built 2 greenhouses already over in Rwanda next to the Stars School, which is a school that we've partnered with, and they're growing tomatoes, which is a cash crop there.
The crops from the greenhouses have helped out the Stars School greatly.
To be able to support the Stars School, and we're gathering data from that right now and everything. We just built those last summer, so we're getting data back from them to kind of see how they go.
To continue their efforts during the semesters, the group sells bags and mugs made with African fabrics by the women in Rwanda.
That money is going back into the Beza project and our work over in Africa. So we use those bags kind of as a marketing to kind of build awareness of our work in Rwanda.
Mitchell believes that this experience will help her and the team as they enter the business world in the future.
There's been just so many awesome opportunities and everything, and it's really great to get involved with, especially when looking at a global perspective for business.
This is Sam Brenneman reporting for Lion Wire News.
Enactus has plans to return to Rwanda to continue their efforts with the Beza kids.
We have sports coming up after the break.
Hi, I'm Jill Ray, and I'm the Director of Outreach and Marketing here at the Central Pennsylvania Humane Society. I'd like to welcome you to the shelter here in the Greenwood section of Altoona, and I would like to take you on a little tour of our facility and let you see your membership dollars in action. We hope you will become a card-carrying member of the Humane Society. Why should you become a member, you might ask? Well, the benefits for the animals are endless. It costs $20 every day to care for one animal, and we see about 5,000 animals a year. So your membership dollars stay right here in Central Pennsylvania to feed and care for pets who are still waiting for their forever homes. We receive no money from government or national organizations. It's all locally funded. And what do you get from your membership? Well, you get benefits like discounts on adoptions here at the shelter, pet products at our clinic and at the thrift shop in Altoona, as well as other special deals at our wellness center that's located right here next to the animal shelter. Plus, you can rest assured that your investment helps animals and people find each other. Thanks for visiting.
Welcome back to Lion Wire News. I'm CJ Jones with sports. The Penn State Altoona Lions men's and women's basketball competed against DeUville for their last home game. Let's take a look at the action. It was senior night at Penn State Altoona for both the men's and women's basketball teams on February 9th in the Adler Gym. The Lady Lions started the doubleheader against DeUville College. Picking up things at the end of the first half, Altoona's Tiffany Seasalts hit an amazing buzzer beater, giving the Lady Lions a 47-35 lead at the half. DeUville fought back behind a strong performance by Shannon Doherty, but in the end, Tamara Thomas and the rest of the Altoona seniors were too much, winning 79-74. That got the crowd hyped for the men's game that followed. With the fans on their feet, Penn State Altoona overcame a slow start to take control behind Matt Garrett's 23 points and career-high 16 rebounds. Andrew Reinert of DeUville tried to bring life back into his team with a pair of free throws, but in the end, Altoona was too strong, winning 74-58, bringing their overall record to 9-14. With these wins, they finished their season on a high note. Now let's go back to the desk.
Thanks, CJ. Well, this wraps up this edition of Lion Wire News. I'm Drew Hawley.
And I'm Sam Brenneman. Thanks for watching and have a good day.
You're watching Lion Wire News, brought to you by the Penn State Altoona Communications Program. Thanks for watching.